Hello everyone and welcome to the tutorial. Today we're going to speak about invoice templates in Google Sheets. And yes, this is a video that is dedicated on our invoice template that we sell on Etsy. The link for it will be in the description and in the first comment below. But you can also use it as an inspiration and you can create your own Google Sheet template using some of the ideas that we used in ours. So let's get started. For everybody who purchased our item through Etsy, you have to go to your profile and then in purchases you'll be able to find a download PDF file. In it, you're going to see the link for this tutorial and the link for the template itself. And don't get confused, this template will have a few color variations, so your template can look a little bit different if you purchased another color variation, but the formulas and everything else will work the same way. Okay, now follow the link from the PDF file and open the template. Once you are in the template, you're going to notice that you can do nothing and you cannot edit anything in this document. So this is because you have to create a copy in your own Google Drive. To do that, you go to File, Make a Copy and save it. This will create a copy of the template in your own Google Drive. Once you open the template, you'll see first the invoice page and you'll see that we have quite a lot other pages in this template, and this is because we wanted to automate as much as possible from this template, so it's the most time efficient that we could create it. The second page is with the instructions, and in this page you're going to notice a lot of green fields and a lot of red fields. We mark all the fields where you have to write yourself something in green and all the formulas in red, so this way you can easily come to this page, check what exactly you have to do. Also, it's very important to notice that we put some notes to all the fields with this little triangle in the end. There are written notes to help you even more. And the third page is the products list. This is the list with all the products that you are selling. I'm going to explain in details later about this, but all these products will come to the invoice template under description. There you'll be able to see a drop-down menu and pick which one the client that you are invoicing purchased. And the next section is the client list. This is similar as the product list, but it will come right here on the invoice template under client details. In the client list, you can put all your information about your clients, company name, address, emails, whatever you want to put there. And the next section is the invoice tracker. I'm just going to mention that there you can keep track of all the invoices as well. I'm going to show you how to use this page later. And the last section is invoice template without any drop-down menus. This is for all the people who are used to do everything written themselves and they don't want to use all these functions and all this drop-down menu. We got your back. You can use this template and you can type anything yourself. It's all about what you prefer and what is easier for you to use, because nobody wants to spend hours doing invoices. Now let's get back to the instruction page, and here we put as much information as we could think of about how to use this template easy. We think that this is a very fast way for you to access all this information and not go to the YouTube tutorial every time, but this page will also contain a link to the tutorial once I upload it. And as I previously said, in green is marked everything that you have to type yourself, and in red is everything that is automated. Also, you'll be able to see that on some fields there are little triangles in the right up corner. These are the fields with additional notes that would hopefully help you even more. For example, for numbers, the note is that you always have to change the number and you can keep track of all the numbers in the invoice tracker. Now let's start and create our first invoice together and you understand everything. The first thing what I want to do is to upload our logo, and you can do that from Insert, Image, Insert Image over Sales. You pick your image and you place it wherever you want. It will be probably a huge image in the beginning, but you can grab the corners and make it smaller, place it whenever you prefer. I picked this place, but feel totally free to use it any other way. Once we're happy with the result, I'm also going to write my seller details, because these are our company details and they will always be the same as all the time my company is going to invoice the client. So put some basic information there: address line 2, email or telephone or whatever you want. I will put my email, and this email also you can use in case you want to reach us. Feel free to contact us there. You'll see that the email is a little bit too big for this field, so I will drop down the size of the font a little bit. You can also do this for any field that you want. You can make the size bigger or smaller, or just use it as it is. So now I'm going to the information that will also not change, and this is the payment term. I'll put our IBAN, bank name, add to, this means to who this invoice is sent. I'll put our company name just for example. If you want to use PayPal, you can also do that. Here I wanted to show you how you can format the text if you are not happy with the result. For example, our IBAN is now on the right side and I wanted to change it on the left, and you can do this from this little button. In your template, it should go normally on the left side. Okay, now let's create our first invoice, and I'll go back to the instructions, and I will advise you to do that in the beginning as well, because there you'll be able to find more information about what to do and what not to do. Once I go to the instruction page, the first field is the number, and again this little triangle in the upper right corner means that there is a note, so you know what you have to do with this specific field. And again, everything is green are stuff that you have to type yourself. The red fields you should not touch, they are automated and they are formulas or drop down menus. We'll see how this works, don't worry. So the first field is the number, and as this is our first invoice, I'm going to put number 1. It's with green, so we type it ourselves. And the second field is the date. This is also in green, so we have to type it ourselves. And let's see what the note says. It says that this is the date when the invoice is issued, and the best format to use is first the month, 1 for January, 2 for February, etc. Then dash, then day, then dash, and the year. So let's type that. I recorded this video on 18th of March, so 3-18-2023. And the next field is payment term. So after how many days the payment is due. I will give my client 30 days to pay me, so I will expect the payment within 30 days. And you can see that once we put the number 30, the due date will automatically change. As you saw, it was in red, so this is a formula and it works correctly. And what it does is to calculate the date of the invoice and the payment term, and it gives you the due date. And the next section of the invoice template is the client details, and you can see in the instructions that they are in red, so we have to do nothing. We don't have to type in these fields. And let's read the note in the instructions to see what we have to do. And it says that we have to put the client information in the client list, and you will receive a drop-down option. Okay, let's check that out. Now let's go to the clients list, and you see a space for all your clients. You have to put a company name, their address. You have 2 lines actually for their address, and you have 1 additional line if you want to put additional information like their email, telephone number, or something else. I picked the company name ABC. This is just a random name. Now let's see what happened in the invoice template. And you will see that when we now click on the drop-down option, we get our first client that we just registered in the client list. And here is our imaginary client ABC. If we pick it, it automatically fill in all the information from the clients list for us. Okay, now let's move to the next section, and this is the items that this client ABC purchased from us. Let's go to the instructions, and we can see that the numbers are in green. This means that we have to type this ourselves, and let's say that this client bought 3 products from us, so number 1, 2, and number 3. And go back to the instructions to see that the description is in red, so we will not touch it in the template. And the note says that we have to put our products information in the products list, and you get a drop down option for these fields. So let's put our products in the products list, and once you open this list, you are going to see one little dash. Just leave it there for now. I'm going to explain you why it is there and what is its purpose, and why I advise you not to change that. So I'm going to put a random products like desk, table, chair, maybe, I don't know, and their prices. And I'm using dollars, but you can change the currency if you want. To do that, you have to select column C and go to format, number, custom currency. There you're going to see a full list with all kinds of currency, probably the currencies of the whole world, and you can pick the one that you want to use for your invoices. I'm putting just a few products just to have them for the example. Of course, you can put the list with all your products here, so you can see all of them in the drop-down menu, and from the drop-down menu you can select the one that you need. Now let's go back to the invoice template, and let's say that the first product that ABC bought was a desk. And you can see that the formula will automatically bring up the price from the desk. You can check that it is the same, so the formula works great. The second product that they bought from us was a table, and the third one was a chair for $350. Now let's say that they bought only one desk, they bought 2 tables, and they bought 4 chairs. It will automatically calculate the cost of all these items, and it will be shown in the subtotal. And now I'm going to explain to you why I left this little dash in the products list. And this is because all these fields in the invoice template are formulas, and for them to work, they should not be empty. At least the products, it automatically generates the price and the amount for every product. And you'll see that if I delete any of these dashes, you get this error. And this is because there is an error with the formulas, and they cannot correctly calculate the subtotal and the total price. This is why I always leave this little dash, and the price for this dash is 0, so the formulas generate this 0 as a price and amount, and they actually work. Otherwise, I'm going to show you again that you get this error. You can also delete the formulas in total, but a problem for that would be if you want to create an invoice with these formulas later, you have to put them back yourself, as they will be deleted from the template. If you want, you can try that, but I personally don't think that this dash is bothering anybody, and I don't find it a problem, so I just leave it there, let it be, and use the template this way. The next field is for a discount. This is if you want to give your client discount. For example, let's say that if they buy 4 chairs, they get 10% discount. You just write the number 10 in the discount field, and you'll see that the price automatically changed. And the new price for the 4 chairs is $1,365, and before it was $1,400, so 10% discount is applied. And it is also calculated in the total of the invoice. And the next thing what we have to fill in is the tax rate. We didn't put anything there because it might vary for every kind of business and every country depending on where you're located. So if it doesn't change for you, just put it there and you'll never have to change it again. For our example, we're going to use a tax rate of 20%, and you can see that the tax amount is $863. This is 20% of the total what this client owes us, and the new price that he has to pay to us is $5,178. And this includes $4,315. This is the price for all the items that this client is buying. 20% tax rate, so $863. And it gives us the final price for the client. Now, when we finished with our first invoice, I'm going to show you how you can use our invoice tracker to keep track of the invoice you issue. So unfortunately we couldn't make everything automatic, so you have to put the number and the amount yourself, but the company name is also with the drop down menu. For an example, I'm going to put one more client in the client list, and this will be client named BBR, for example. And you'll see that now it is shown in the invoice tracker, and it is also shown in the clients in the invoice template. So let's get back to the invoice tracker. We did invoice number 1, so we put number 1. The company name was ABC, ABC, sorry, and the amount was $5,178, and we put that on the place where it's written amount. And you can use these checkboxes to note if you already issued the invoice, if you already sent it to the client, and if it's paid. If these checkboxes are finished, you can add more through insert checkbox. And as I told you previously, the last thing that we created was the invoice template without any drop-down menus. Everybody uses different techniques and everybody is different, so for some people it could be easier to write everything themselves. We totally understand that, we respect that. For me personally, the more automated the template is, the better, but you do you. And if you prefer to use the invoice template without any drop-down options, you have it there and you can use it. The only thing what is still automated there is the formula for the amount. Everything else, like the seller details, the client's details, you have to type yourself. Also, all the products, the quantity, prices, and everything, it is only going to calculate the quantity with the price and the discount. It will also calculate the subtotal, tax, and total amount. So just use what is the easiest for you. And basically this is everything what our invoice template can do, all the functions, all the calculations, and so on. The last thing what we have to do is to download the invoice and print it or send it with email to our client so they can pay us. So to print the invoice, you go to File and then Print, and you'll see how it looks ready for printing. For print area, always pick current sheet, otherwise it's going to print all the pages from the whole workbook, also the page with instructions, the clients list, and everything. So don't pick up this option, just select current sheet. The next thing is the paper size. You can pick whatever you are using. If you're using letter size paper, then pick letter size. If you're using A4, then pick A4 and move on to the next step. This template page orientation is portrait, so always make sure to select that. If you just want to send it by email, you can just download it and send it the way you want. You go to File, Download, and you have different options. You have Microsoft Excel, Open Document, and so on. I usually use PDF for sending invoices, so I will pick the PDF option. And we're back to the export window of Google Sheets, where again for export we put current sheet. For paper size we put our paper size, A4, letter, A5, whatever we are using, export, and you see the downloaded document. So now there are a few things that I want to just note. The first thing is that our email is dinellibusinessshop@gmail.com, and you can always contact us in case you have any troubles with our template, and we'll be happy to support you or to help you any way we can. The second thing is that this is Google Sheets and we cannot control it. We did our best to create the formulas and everything, but sometimes they could crash or something can happen, or you could delete something that you shouldn't, and the formulas possibly can stop working. In this case, what I would recommend is to download again the template from the file you downloaded from Etsy. You kind of have to start from the beginning, but not exactly. You can just copy the invoice template page and paste everything in the invoice template page that you are currently using, and it should start work as it was working in the beginning. I don't know if you understood me, but as I told you, feel free to contact us. The third thing what I wanted to say is that we created our template in Google Sheets just because we believe that this is the easiest option for everybody. Basically, you can download Google Docs app on your telephone, Google Sheets in this example, and you'll be able to create invoices from everywhere, also from your telephone. Personally, for me, this is very convenient and a very good option to make invoices from wherever I am. And I think that this is it. Yeah, so thank you for staying till the end. I hope that if you purchased our item, you're very satisfied with the quality and all the functions, and you use it long and happily. If you already purchased our template, I would highly appreciate if you give us a good review, 5-star comment or something. In case of any troubles, contact us first, please, because we really try to do our best here and to create products that you are going to enjoy. And I hope that we managed to do that with this invoice template. I like it, I'm going to use it, and I am already using it actually. So yeah, I hope that you are happy. I hope that you make big invoices and you receive a lot of money using this invoice template. Oh, and just one more thing, if you have an idea of some kind of template or a digital product that you need for your business, you can leave it in the comments below and we'll consider making it for you. Bye bye, see you next time.